Hello children, welcome to the digital class. Children, if you want to buy something, where will you go? Yes, we go to the market for buying the things. What do we need to buy the things, children? Yes, we need money to buy the things. Children, do you keep all the money at home? No, right? Why don't you keep at home? Yes, if we keep at home, there are the chances that the money may get spent or there are the chances of money getting stolen. That's the reason we don't keep the money at home. Then where do you keep the money, children? Yes, we keep the money at bank. So what do we call the activities that takes place at the bank? The activities that takes place at the bank is called as a banking. And nowadays, children, we don't have to carry money. Yes, if you want to make the payments, we can do it through the multiple digital devices. So what do we call it as? We call it as digital transactions. Nowadays, we don't need to have a cash money in our hand. We can do it either by using the phone or by the computer system. Isn't it, children? So today, we are going to learn about money and banking digital transactions. Now children, tell me one thing, if you like your friend's pen, what will you do? Yes, we will exchange it with our friend, isn't it? But can you imagine the times when there was no money? Yes, there were the times when there was no money. And in those days, the way you exchange the pen with your friends, the people used to exchange the things as per the requirement and as per the availability. They used to exchange it among themselves. That is, rice was exchanged for vegetables, vegetables were exchanged for fruits. So likewise, the exchange was taking place. So this system of exchange of goods was called as barter system. So there were a lot of problems related to the barter system. And at the same time, it was difficult for the people to travel a long distance for the exchange of these goods. They have to carry it, and one person is staying at one place, and if that person wants to exchange it with the other one, they have to travel the long distances carrying all the goods. So these are some of the problems related to the barter system, and in order to avoid these problems, there was an evolution of money. And there are different forms of money which evolved in the society. So children, now let us learn about evolution of money. Children, if you will look at our currency, you are having some notes and the coins. But in the olden days, it was not like that. Yes, in the olden days, there were some metals used as a medium of exchange. And those metals which were used are copper, bronze, silver and gold. There was some problems which was related to the currency. And the first among that is the weight of the metal. That means the metal whichever is used and the coins that were made were not of the same weight. Some were heavy and some were light in the weight. The second was related to the quality of the metal. Some metal were of a good quality, whereas some was not of the good quality. The third problem was related to the purity of the metal. That means there was a mixture of some kind of the other metal while making the coins. So to avoid all these problems, the kings which were ruling in those days have taken up the initiative of minting the coins. And the coins which were minted in the royal mint were of the standard size, weight and purity, and at the same time it was acceptable by all. Why? Because they were of the same weight and there was a greater assurance of purity and it was easy to carry and acceptable by all around. In the Roman period, a gold coin called bescent was the standard currency, and in the Mauryan period, panna, a silver coin, was the standard currency. And coins became the acceptable form of money by traders and people. So now let me tell you what is money. A money is any item that is generally accepted as a payment for goods and services. In the beginning I told you, isn't it children, if you want to buy any item, what do you need? We need a money. Similarly, children, for services also, there are some charges which has to be paid. Yes, you can take the example of doctor. Doctor is providing you the services. He is trying to give you the medicine. Similarly, for different profession and for the different services which is provided by the people to the society, that everything is charged and that can be measured with the help of a money. So, money is any item that is generally accepted as a payment for the goods and services. Now, let us learn about the functions of money. There are 4 functions of money, and the first one is a medium of exchange. That means with the help of a money, you can buy any item. In the olden days, there was a barter system. So, the items was changed with another item. But now, because we have a money, because we have a currency, with the help of a currency, we can buy the things. The second function is a unit of account. That means every item is considered as a unit and every unit is accountable for a certain value. Say for an example, pen. A pen is a single unit and it is worth rupees 5. That means the value of one pen is 5 rupees. So, it is a unit of account. So, it is having a store of value. That means you can preserve the money and use it for your future use. And the last one is a standard of deferred payment. That means the currency is a standard payment and you can use it anywhere in your country. Even if you go to the other country, children, you can exchange it with their currency and you can use it. Similarly, if the people of the other country are coming to our country, they can also come here and exchange their currency with our currency. So, it is called as a standard of deferred payment. Now, let me tell you about the paper money. People who had to buy and sell in large quantities had to carry large amounts of gold or silver coins for their transactions. So, they started looking for safe places to keep them. They went to goldsmiths for their money because it would be protected by them. And the goldsmiths charged fees for keeping their valuables safe and making them available whenever they wanted. These practices became popular and the trust in some of the goldsmiths like Shroffs grew, and these goldsmiths would also give loans and had branches in many cities, leading to a new system of a paper money or hundis. Yes, children, this is the same paper money which has evolved into the check in the present times. In the olden days, there were some goldsmiths which were well recognized and the people used to go and keep their gold coins with them. And in return, they used to give a paper stating that so and so person has deposited certain gold coins with me. Now, these person can carry this paper is called as hundi, children, and they will carry this hundi and they can go to the other places without any fear. And after going to a particular place, these goldsmiths will be having a branch, and the person who is carrying this hundi can go and collect the gold coins from that branch. And it is not necessary that he has to go and collect the gold coins. He can give this hundi to other person also, and that other person can also go and claim the money. So, this is how the paper money has evolved, and these people were called as the early bankers in India. And some of the popular goldsmiths whose hundis were very well recognized were Jagat Seths of Bengal, Shahs of Patna, Arunnath Ji of Surat, and Chettiars of Madras. So, this is how the banking system started in India. But at the same time, there were some early banks which was started abroad. Now, let us learn about the emergence of banks. The first bank emerged in 1606 in Amsterdam, which was a major trading center in Europe. There were 846 types of silver and gold coins which was recognized by the government and that could be accepted for exchange. However, traders were always suspicious of each other and everyone would doubt the purity and weight of these coins, and the merchants of Amsterdam got together and solved this problem in a unique manner. They created a bank owned by the city. A merchant would take his coins and the bank would weigh and find out the amount of pure metal in the coins and give him a receipt for this, open an account and deposit the coins in the bank. Yes children, it is not necessary that they have to take the coins from the bank. If they don't need it immediately, they can deposit in the bank. And the bank will take the guarantee of safeguarding the money which is deposited into that bank. Whenever required, he could ask for the pure metal. He could also transfer some of these to another person if required. Now let us learn about the advantages of this Amsterdam bank. The bank operated honestly and it was trusted by all the traders. They would ask for receipts of the bank or a transfer to their account instead of the coins. And the traders knew that the bank would give them pure metal on demand. Deposits at the bank became a new form of money. The business of the bank grew and it worked successfully for 2 centuries, and the operation of bank deposits as money had evolved. So because of these emergence of the banks in the 1606 children, now we are having the modern banking system. Now let me tell you about the banks and what is the banking. Banking is a business activity where money deposits are collected from the public and these deposits can be transferred from one person to another person. And these banks will provide the loans to businessmen, industrialists, farmers and individuals. Now you will be wondering, do businessmen needs money? Yes children, the businessman and industrialist needs money. I know you will be having a notion that they are very rich. Yes, they are very rich, but they will not be having the money in hand. Their money is in circulation. So, well, in case of the emergency and immediate cash, they will approach the bank and bank will give them money. Similarly, the bank will give the money to the farmers also who are in need of buying the seeds, fertilizers or any other agricultural tools. So, it is very much helpful to the farmers also, and these banks will provide the loans to the individual like us. That means, if we are in a need of a money for education purpose or for buying the house or for buying the vehicle, well, in that case, if we are not having the full cash in the hand, you can approach the bank and the bank will give you the money. Of course, they will charge some interest on it children, but they will solve your immediate cash problem. So, such a banks which are doing all these services are called as commercial banks. Now children, what is the main thing that we do in the banks? Yes, the main purpose of us is to deposit the cash. Deposits refer to the money that we keep in the banks. The money which we go and keep it in the banks are called as a deposits, and there are different types of deposits, and that different types of deposits are savings deposits, basic saving bank deposit account, small account, current account deposits and fixed deposit. Now let me explain you about each of these deposit in detail. We will begin with savings deposit. Children, why do we save money? Yes, we save the money for our future and for the times of the emergency. If we save the money now, we can use it in the future. So for that purpose, we save the money. But after saving the money, can't we keep it at home children? Why do we go and keep in the bank? Yes, we go and keep in the bank because we get some interest on the money deposited in the bank, and at the same time our money will also remain safe. The bank will take the guarantee that they will keep our money safe, and that's the reason we go and deposit the money in the bank. And we have one more advantage children, that whenever we are in the need of a money, we can withdraw it and the bank promises us to pay it on our demand. So this is all about the savings account. Now let us learn about the another type of an account which is called as the basic saving bank deposit account. It can be started with a zero or very low minimum balance, and there are no restrictions like age, income, amount, etc. criteria for opening for the individuals. Maximum of 4 withdrawals in a month is allowed including ATM withdrawals, and the service available includes deposit and withdrawal of cash, receipt or credit of money through electronic payment channels or checks. Our Prime Minister has started a scheme called as PM Janadhana Yojana. This scheme was started in August 2014, and according to this scheme, any person can go and open the account in the bank with zero balance and without any guarantor. There is no need of any person taking up your responsibility. You can take your identity card and you can go and open the account. And at the same time, you don't have to maintain any kind of a balance. With the zero balance, you can start your account. And one more advantage of this account is that, and they will be giving you RuPay debit card. The advantage of this card is that you will be getting 1 lakh accident insurance coverage and overdrafting facility. Overdraft means you can withdraw little amount more than which is there in your account. Say for an example, you are having 5,000 in your account, but you are in a need of 6,000 rupees. And in such a times of emergency, children, we forget how much money is there in our account. So, well, in the case of emergency, you can withdraw little more amount than which is there in your account. Of course, it will be charged, children. You have to repay it back to the bank along with the interest. But in the times of a need, it is very much helpful to you. Now, let us learn about another account, that is small account. If basic savings bank deposit account is opened on the basis of simplified know your customer norms, the account would additionally be treated as a small account and would be subject to conditions stipulated for such accounts. Total credit in such accounts should not exceed 1 lakh rupees in a year, and maximum balance in the account should not exceed 50,000 rupees at any time. The total amount of debits by way of cash withdrawals and transfer will not exceed 10,000 rupees in a month, and this account is valid only for 12 months initially, that means only for the year, and it can be extended by another 12 months if the person provides proof of having applied for an officially valid document. As said, children, small account in sense it is open for a small period of time, and if you want to extend it, you can do it so by giving the valid reason and the documents. Now, let us learn about the next account, that is current account deposits. Many businessmen, shopkeepers, companies and traders have a large number of daily transactions, earnings and payments. That means this is mainly maintained by the people who are using their amount for depositing and withdrawing on everyday basis, children. They have to withdraw money multiple times to buy goods, to pay for the laborers, etc. Similarly, a large business offices get money from customers who purchase their goods and services every day, and they pay to those who have supplied them various things or done some work for them daily. There are no restrictions on the number of times you can deposit or withdraw the money from the current account. Transactions can be made by the way of check, so there is no risk of handling huge amounts of cash. However, the bank does not pay any interest on money deposited in a current account, but will collect the service charges. The reason behind bank not paying the interest is that lot of transactions are happening and the money is not retaining in the bank, and they have to do a lot of transactions. That means they have to give a lot of services. Because of that, the bank do not give any interest to the current account deposits. Instead, they will be collecting the service charges from the customers. Now, let us learn about the another type of account, that is fixed deposits. Fixed deposits are also called as a long-term deposit. The money in a fixed deposit or a term deposit cannot be withdrawn from the bank for a fixed period of time, and the time could be 1 year, 2 years, 5 years or 7 years, and the rate of interest is higher on the fixed deposit. So, this was all about the different types of deposits, children. Now, let us learn about the paper money. Yes, but this is not hundis. The paper money which we use and which is supplied by the banks are called as checks. Nowadays, checks are widely used for making payments and receiving money. When you want to give money to someone, you write a check in that person's name, and when you want to send money to someone who lives in a different place, you can send a check to that person by post. You can also use your check to transfer money electronically into the other person's account through a bank. Children, there is no need to go and give this check by hand. Write the name of the person to whom you want to give the money and go and drop this check in the check drop box in the bank, and the money will get deposited into that person's account. That means you don't have to give it by hand. And for the business purposes, where money is frequently received and paid, checks are very important as a medium for transactions. So children, these are all some of the advantages of the check. Because of this check, you don't have to carry the cash. But at the same time, children, we have to follow some precautions while using this check. Say for an example, if you are giving a check to a person, there are the chances of it getting stolen. Yes, or there are the chances that we may lose it. So to avoid all these things, make two cross lines here and write account payee. And if you write account payee, and if you miss out the check somewhere, or if it is stolen by somebody, that person, if he goes and deposit the check in the bank, no matter whoever is depositing it, the money will go into the person's account whose name is written on the check. So though this is one of the facility which is provided, children, we also have to take some precautionary measures while giving the checks. Children, if you are in a need of a money, then what will you do? We borrow it from our friends. Well, if it is a small amount, you can borrow it from the friends. But if it is a big amount, say for an example, if you want to go for a higher education, or if you want to buy a house, or if you want to buy a vehicle, at times our friends will help. But well, in that case, one of the facility which is provided by the bank is called as a loans. Now you will be wondering why the banks will be giving us loans, isn't it? Children, as told earlier, banking is a business activity. Along with providing the services to us, they also have to maintain their staff, they have to maintain their buildings, and they have to also maintain certain furniture and the electronic devices. So for the maintenance of all that, they will be providing us the loans. And banks give the loans to the people for various purposes. As told earlier, it will be giving to the industrialists, then it will be giving to the farmers, businessmen, and the individuals like you and me. And people have to pay back these loans with the interest. Banks also give loans to the government, and they will earn some interest, and the interest which they are earning will be used for the maintenance of their staff and maintenance of the banks. The interest earned on the loans given by the bank is the source of income for them. Interest rate, security, documents required, and the mode of repayment are all the part of the conditions of the loan. So children, this was all about the loans. And I told you children, nowadays we don't have to go from one place to another place. You can do the transactions from wherever you are sitting by using the multiple electronic devices. So what is that kind of a banking called as? Yes, that kind of a banking is called as internet banking. Human and manual teller counters are being replaced by the automated teller machines, and there is no need of the manual power for doing the services. You can go and do it on your own by using these electronic devices in the bank. Banking activity is being done with the help of the computers, internet, and other electronic means of communication. Most of the banks provide debit card, credit card, net banking, and mobile banking services. Now let us learn about the advantages of internet banking. It helps us to transfer funds from one customer's bank account to another customer's bank account just with a few clicks. It will help us for buying and selling of the goods, investments or repaying of the loans, payments of electricity, phone and other utility bills. And a customer is saved from the hassles of traveling, paperwork and other kinds of formalities. And just in a few clicks, a people can access their account and transfer funds, pay bills, etc. People with the hectic schedules prefer internet banking. But with the advantage of the internet banking, children, there are some disadvantages also. So now let me tell you about the dangers of the online banking. Children, there are some types of the online frauds which are happening nowadays, and those frauds are called as phishing and spoofing. Phishing is the process of collecting your personal information through emails or websites claiming to be legitimate. That means when you are browsing the internet, children, some advertisement will be popping up, and if you click on that advertisement, they will be taking you to some other sites. So while entering those sites, they will be collecting your personal data. These personal data includes usernames, passwords, credit card numbers, social security numbers, etc. And these emails will direct you to the website where you can update your personal information. And these sites often look official. They hope you will be tricked into disclosing valuable information that you normally do not reveal with others. And these oftentimes results in the identity theft and the financial loss. Now children, let me tell you about the fraudulent websites, emails or the pop-up windows. As told earlier children, whenever you browse the net, you will be finding some advertisement popping up giving you some kind of a discount or showing you that you are a winner of so and so prize. Well, if you click on that account, they will start asking you for your personal information like your account number, social security number, date of birth, etc. And while doing it, you find that these are very legitimate. That means it is very legal. That can be the website of some retail stores, some banks, some government agencies, etc. And it will be containing some prices and some types of the certificate notices. And they will be linked to some other real or counterfeit websites. So children, whenever you find some websites like this popping up while browsing the net, do not do so. Now children, similarly, they contain some fraudulent phone numbers also. Next time when you are browsing the net and if you find some this kind of advertisement popping up, never ever click onto that because it may lead you to some financial losses. Now children, there are some cards which are given by the banks for the ease of withdrawal of the money. What do we call those cards as? Yes, these are called as the credit cards or debit cards. Just by swiping the card, you can do the shopping. Just by swiping the cards, you can draw the money. But we need to take some precautionary measures also. You have to sign your card on the back side after the receiving of the card. You have to erase the 3-digit CVV number which is given on the back side of the card. Do not share your credit or debit card number or PIN number with anyone. And you need not write down your PIN number anywhere. Just memorize it. You do not share your OTP with anyone over the phone or mail. You do not carry out any financial transactions while using public networks like internet cafe, Wi-Fi, etc. And while using ATMs, make sure that you shield keypad or ATM with your hand while entering your PIN and ensure that the merchant swipe your card in your presence in the point of a sale. So children, these are some of the precautions that you need to carry while carrying the debit card or credit card. Now, let us have a quick recapitulation of what all we learned today. Today we learnt about the evolution of money. Then we learnt about the need of the money, types of money, uses of banks, cashless transactions, the beware of the phishing mails, and the precautions for the use of debit or credit card. Now, based upon our today's topic, here comes your assignment. Here are some of the questions. Please note down in your notebook. You have to name the different types of bank accounts. Write a short note on the evolution of money. Differentiate between savings account and current account. Suggest some measures to avoid the online fraudulent transactions. And write some precautionary measures to be taken while using debit card or credit card. Along with these questions, children, please practice the worksheets which are published by SCRT. You can procure these worksheets from the official website of SCRT. So children, I hope the topic is very much clear to you. I will meet you next time. Till that time, keep learning. Thank you.